Welcome to the place where men are forged, not coddled, where the fire doesn't burn you, it builds you. Hit that subscribe button if you're tired of living like a shadow of yourself. Share this with a brother who needs to wake the hell up. Stick around to the end. I've got a sentence that, if you repeat it every morning and every night, will start rewiring your mind. Your mind must be strong. It has to be. There's no other way. Because this isn't about motivation. Motivation fades. This is about mental fortitude. About building a mind so disciplined, so unbreakable, that even pain has a knock and asks permission to stay. You know what most people don't get? They think life is hard because they messed up. No, life is hard because life is supposed to be hard. It's a damn forge. And you're the steel being shaped. Welcome to the club. Bad things happen to you? Congratulations. So what? That makes you eligible. Eligible to rise. Eligible to fight. Eligible to be reborn. The guy narrating this, he doesn't care how you feel. He cares whether you stand up. That's all. That's everything. The man who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Friedrich Nietzsche. So what's your why? Are you working those 80 hours a week on your dream? Or are you wasting 40 building someone else's empire? Are you letting fear run your mind? Are you letting doubt sit in the driver's seat of your life? Let me say it loud so your inner coward hears it. You are not free until your mind is. Freedom is not comfort. It's not sleeping in. It's not weekends off. Freedom is the power to choose, to think, to walk your own damn path, even when it's uphill and covered in fire. And your mind has to be the strongest weapon you've got. Because the world, it doesn't care. It moves on. It devours the weak and forgets the average. And if you're not hungry enough, strong enough, disciplined enough, you become one of the forgotten, the guy who almost made it, the guy with potential, the guy who talks about one day. Not you, not anymore. Every single second you're not working on yourself, you're giving up your future. Let that sink in. You want money? Good. But money's not the goal. Money is a tool. Freedom is the goal. You want the girl, the house, the respect? Build the man first. Build the giant. Build the monster. Build the champion. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. Jim Rohn. Discipline. That's the word you keep running from. But it's also the only one that will save you. Without discipline, freedom is a lie. Without discipline, dreams are just hallucinations. Let me be clear. If you're not willing to sacrifice for your dream, then your dream becomes a sacrifice. Late nights, early mornings, missed parties, long hours. That's the cost. Pay it or stay broke. And I'm not talking broke in the bank. I'm talking broke in the soul. Because most men, they're not suffering from poverty. They're suffering from mediocrity, from never going all in, from being safe, from being scared. Not you, not anymore. If you want to live life on your terms, it's going to cost you. Comfort is expensive. It costs your potential. It costs your pride. It costs your future. You want to play it safe? Cool. But know this. Safe men never build legacies. Legacy is born in the fire, in the grind, in the silence, when nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping. That's when monsters are made. And you're not here to be liked. You're here to be legendary. They'll call you obsessed. Let them. They'll call you crazy. Let them. They'll call you arrogant. Let them. Because a day will come when they call you unstoppable. But that starts here. That starts with waking up earlier, reading more, lifting heavier, studying harder, speaking less, doing more. That starts with turning off the TV and turning on your mind. That starts when you stop asking for permission and start taking control. You're not a victim. You're not a statistic. You're not a broken soul needing sympathy. You are a man in the making. You are becoming something dangerous. You are becoming something unstoppable. Because your mind is getting stronger. One choice at a time. One habit at a time. One brutal, honest moment at a time. And when you stack those moments, you don't just change. You transform. You evolve. And that evolution, that's what makes you free. You will not be free because someone gave you permission. You will be free because you earned it with your blood, with your time, with your discipline. You will not inherit greatness. You will become it. And here's the truth they don't tell you. You are not yet the man who deserves the life you dream of. Let that slap your pride. You want the life of kings? Then train like a warrior. Think like a philosopher. Work like a machine. You must be willing to do what others won't. To live how others can't. Les Brown, you don't get to whine. You don't get to wait. You don't get to wish. You work because this world, it belongs to those who decide, not those who hesitate. Decide who you are. Decide who you're becoming. Decide to win. And once you decide, don't ever back down. You think pain is the enemy? Pain is the entrance exam. Pain is your mentor, your spotlight, your graduation ceremony. Only losers run from it. Only boys cry about it. Men, real men, use it. They study it. They welcome it like an old friend because pain does what comfort never will. It makes you grow. Most of the people around you, they're not free. They're pets, leashed by fear, caged by laziness. Hand-fed lies that balance is noble and hustle is toxic. Let me tell you the truth. If you're not obsessed with building yourself, you're being programmed to serve someone who is. Read that again. You want to own your time? Then you better start owning your discipline. Because while you're scrolling, someone else is stacking. While you're waiting, someone else is winning. Let me ask you something raw and real. What's stopping you right now? Discomfort? Fatigue? Distraction? A girl? Your past? Pathetic. Those are the shackles you choose to wear. You're not chained, you're compliant. You surrendered your fight before it even began. But there's still time. You're still breathing. That means you can still choose to evolve. Because that's what this is. Not a change. Not a glow-up. Not a mood. An evolution. The version of you that's strong, relentless, untouchable. He's not born from comfort. He's born in the fire. You've got one job. Kill the weak version of yourself daily. Your inner coward? Strangle him. Your procrastination? Starve it. Your fear? Face it until it breaks. That's the discipline of war. You think you need motivation? You don't. You need strategy. You need rules. You need a code. Men without code are just animals in expensive sneakers. Write this on your wall. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. And if you can't make that choice, you'll lose to a man who does. You'll lose the girl. You'll lose the money. You'll lose the fight. You'll lose yourself. Because when your mind is weak, everything else collapses. You'll sabotage your own potential and call it bad luck. Wake up. You're not tired. You're untrained. You're not unmotivated. You're undisciplined. You're not lost. You're just too soft to face the truth. You are not yet the man you pretend to be, but you could be if you'd stop lying to yourself and start building. Stop waiting for signs. Be the sign. Build rituals. Build systems. Build routines that make weakness impossible. Start your day with aggression, not hesitation. Wake up and say, I am the threat. I am the one they warned about. Because let me tell you what separates the kings from the peasants. Consistency. Everyone wants it fast. The body, the money, the empire. But legends go slow. strategic, unstoppable, daily deposits, daily sacrifice, daily war. While everyone else is praying for the weekend, you're building empires brick by brick. And when people see the results, they'll call you lucky. Let them talk while you take. Let them mock while you move. Let them quit while you conquer. Because they're not built like you. They can't be. They weren't forged in the fire. They were warmed by it. You are the fire. You are the force of nature. The storm they didn't see coming. The disciplined, dangerous, razor-sharp version of the man you used to be. You want freedom? Then understand this. Freedom isn't peace. Freedom is power. Power to say no. Power to walk away. Power to build, destroy, rebuild, and never blink. Power comes from self-respect. And self-respect is earned, not gifted. You earn it by doing the hard things when no one's watching. By saying no to what's easy. By choosing pain over pleasure. Growth over comfort. Legacy over likes. You think the world will give you what you deserve? It won't. It gives you what you're willing to bleed for. So bleed with purpose. Suffer for meaning. Grind for dominance. Because every man pays. You either pay the price of discipline today or the price of regret for the rest of your life. Choose wisely. A man becomes unstoppable not when he grows stronger, but when he gets tired of his own excuses, when he looks in the mirror and sees not a victim, but a traitor who sold his future for comfort. That moment, when your soul starts spitting out the poison of mediocrity, that's when the rebirth begins. No more negotiating with weakness. No more conversations with fear. No more apologizing for your hunger. A man who decides to evolve becomes a weapon. He walks alone, not because he's unloved, but because he's on a mission. He leaves the herd, not to rebel, but to rise. You can't evolve and fit in at the same time. Choose. This world bends the man who bends himself first, through discipline, through silence, through sacred suffering. Because there's a version of you that terrifies every excuse you've ever made. A version forged in early mornings, cold showers, broken relationships, and brutal solitude. You think you've suffered? Good. Then you met the doorway. Now walk through it. You don't need sympathy. You need a standard. And that standard has to be so high that even the man you were yesterday can't reach it. Raise your words, yes, but raise your actions even more. Your mind must be stronger than your emotions. Your mission louder than the noise. Forget balance. Choose dominance. Stop aiming to be liked. Aim to be legendary. Because one day they'll tell stories about you, or they won't tell anything at all. You know why most men never make it? Because they're waiting to feel ready. Let me crush that myth for you right now. You will never feel ready. You will feel doubt. You will feel fear. You will feel resistance. But those feelings are not facts. They are the smoke, not the fire. Real men act in spite of fear. They walk through fire and come out sharpened. Because if you only move when it's easy, you'll be frozen when it counts. You'll be paralyzed when life punches you in the throat. So stop waiting. Start moving. The grave is full of men who are about to. You got time? Good. Use it. Or it'll use you. If the world saw what you're capable of, they'd tremble. But first you have to see it. You have to believe it. Not with cheesy affirmations, but with brutal effort. Get up earlier. Train harder. Speak clearer. Lead stronger. Make yourself so solid that life stops trying to break you. Make yourself a fortress. Build your life like a kingdom, brick by intentional brick. Kill distraction. Star weakness. And every day ask yourself, is what I'm doing making me dangerous? Because a dangerous man is not violent. He's not reckless. He's focused. He's disciplined. He's locked in. He's a protector with a sword in his hand and wisdom in his eyes. You want women to respect you? Build the kind of life they'd be proud to follow. You want your son to look up to you? Then stop hiding behind video games and dopamine and build a legacy. You want God to use you? Then clean your mind, break your chains, and return to the fight. Masculinity is not toxic. Cowardice is. We're not short of men. We're short of men who know who they are. Your strength isn't just about you. It's for your family, your community, your future. Don't let your bloodline end in passivity. Be the patriarch who sets the tone for generations. Write this in your soul. You will not settle. You will not lower your standard to make others comfortable. You will not shrink to fit small rooms. You will rise. You will conquer. You will fall and rise again, because you were not built to be safe. You were built to be tested. You were built to lead. You were built to build. And even if the world crumbles around you, you will stand, because your strength is not situational. It's internal. It's eternal. It's yours. And no one can take it unless you hand it over. And here's how this ends. You go to war with yourself. Every day, you silence the excuses, cut the distractions, and make pain your companion. You build a code so unbreakable that the storms of life bounce off your frame. And one day, you wake up, and you're not afraid anymore. Not of failure. Not of judgment. Not of starting over. Because you become the kind of man who doesn't need a second chance. He creates one. And to close this war sermon, repeat this every morning and every night until your bones believe it. I am not a product of my past. I am a warrior of my future. I fight. I build. I rise. I conquer. I am the man this world needs. Now go do what men do. Conquer yourself, and everything else will follow.